everyone, welcome back. Today we are talking all about nest boxes. Specifically, we're talking about how to set up the insides of your nest boxes so that your hens think that they are the best place to lay, and they will choose to lay where you want them to and not wherever they feel like. First, let's talk about what hens want from their nest boxes. It's pretty simple. What hens like when they're choosing a nest box is somewhere that is private with not too much light, where they feel comfortable to tuck in there and lay their egg, and then they're happy and comfortable in that space. So that's not too tricky to achieve for them, but what really makes the difference in leveling up your nest box game is how you set the nest box up itself, inside it, with the bedding and everything else. So let's talk about what I do in my nest boxes to make them 100% hen approved. Here I have one of the nest boxes that I have set up in the yard. I like to use these plastic dog kennels. They're really convenient. I use a lot of different things to set up nest boxes around the yard for my chickens. And really, so long as you're ticking those hen approved boxes, it really doesn't matter what you're using for your nest boxes. But this is one of the ones that I like to use. It's very convenient. So let's have a look at what I'm doing inside there to get it hen approved. So when I am building my nest boxes, what I like to do is pop a feed sack liner in the bottom, because that makes my life easier if I need to clean it up in a hurry. I then put down a layer of wood shavings. And that is so, again, it makes my life easier. It's absorbent and dry. So if there's any mess that happens in the nest, like an egg breaks or something like that, it's easy to clean it up. It's absorbed into the wood shavings. And that is all a lot of people do. They finish at that point, and that's totally fine. But to level up your nest box game, what you want to do for your hens is add in a ring, a sort of a nest shape, just like you'd see a bird in a tree making. They really enjoy the straw. You could also use like a shredded paper, just something that they can pick up and move around and sort of feel like they are making their nest. That's an instinctual behavior for them, and they really enjoy moving their bedding around and making a nice little cozy nest. And I can turn an average nest box into the favorite nest box for my flock just by adding the straw. And again, it doesn't have to be straw. You can use grass clippings, shredded paper. The main factor that the chickens like with it is that they can form it and move it around with their beaks, and it sort of stays in shape, because the wood shavings don't stay in shape. They just kind of sit there. And the hens can't kind of create their masterpiece that they like doing with their nests. And that really is all there is to it, to ticking those hen approved boxes. The main takeaway is add in the straw, add in that formed bedding so they can snuggle down in there and be really, really happy with their space. Might be wondering, why do I have so many random nest boxes set up all over my yard? And the reason for that is I do have nest box in my chicken coops, and my chickens do lay there. But the dominant hens will often block the lower in the pecking order hens from laying in those nest boxes when they want to. And once you have more than a handful of chickens, that can start to become a problem. Even if you have lots of nest box in your coop, the dominant hens might stop the subordinate hens going in the coop at all. They can be pretty mean to each other. So what I do is I set up these excellent, you want to lay here, laying spaces, different points around my yard, so that at egg collection time, I know where to find my eggs, and my pullets and the lower pecking order hens haven't gone to lay under a bush somewhere where I have to go hunting for them. And that is why I have so many nest boxes. It's pretty convenient actually once you've got them set up. Let's talk about factors that make the nest boxes convenient for people as well, because it can't just be all for the hens. So when you're setting up your nest boxes, there's just a couple of things to think about, and that is access. Are they easy for you to collect the eggs? Just because the hens love them doesn't mean that you're going to. So lift off roofs are very helpful, or the ability just to reach in and grab the eggs. So you don't want the nest box area to be so big that you're struggling to conveniently reach into it. And I always find it really convenient if I can see into the nest box, so I know if there's eggs there anyway. And that's a very good thing to do, so you're not reaching down and bending if you don't need to. And the other thing is that they're easy to clean. So you use your feed sack trick, but also the plastic's really easy to clean. You don't want to sort of set up somewhere that's going to be really awkward to give it a hose down if it needs to, or if you need to deal with pest control like mites or infestation. It needs to be convenient for you to actually look after the space. So it has to be a balance of excellent for the hens and excellent for you at the same time, but there are lots of choices to put together nest boxes that work for both of you. So that is everything that you need to know to make fantastic nest boxes for your chickens that they are going to use and that are also easy for you to use and maintain. I hope that's been interesting and your chickens are going to love your nest boxes. Thanks for watching.